Right, fellas, so this video is going to be all about the most straight line, easiest, fastest way to get your first SMMA coaching or consulting client, okay? And this is something that I can explain based on having helped literally dozens of people not only get their first client, but more specifically, get their first dozen of clients and scale up to 50K per month. You can go and see with the links in the description in case that you're interested. I really want to dedicate this entire video for my beginners, since I know that for the last couple of days I've been putting out a lot of content that is specifically made for people that are looking to scale, for people who are maybe running ads and, well, already trying to grow something that already has proof of concept. This video is going to be more about the reality and the situation that I most often see a beginner entrepreneur facing, which is, of course, making that first step, committing yourself to a niche, getting results for your clients, and then get money yourself, okay? And I want to preface this video by actually sharing this tweet that I made earlier today. By the way, in case you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and do so, because that's where I basically bring down all of my ideas, and people that follow me on Twitter are the first ones to basically know my thoughts on certain topics that I might later on convert to YouTube videos. But that out of the way, guys, before we begin, make sure to watch this video at 2x speed. So guys, the tweet says the following: when I focused on getting rich myself, I was stuck at 10K-ish per month. And this is something that I actually, when I started, I was just trying to reach the mythical 10K per month. And I was always trying to get more clients, and I just wanted to book calls. I always wanted to close deals. And that approach actually made it really hard for me to close deals. And the reason why is because I didn't have, at a deep level, the confidence and the knowledge that I was just good enough for my clients, not only to get results, but actually to enjoy being part of my program, of my service, of my offering. Of course, I'm talking 2 or 3 years in the past, but everything changed once I actually focused on getting my clients rich instead of myself. Because once I started to do that, it was really, really fast for me to scale past 50K per month. And you can go and watch some of my other YouTube videos where I share screenshots and where I actually show you my strategies, what I do nowadays, etc. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this video is because if you're a beginner, chances are that you are simply the Enrique of 2021 that was just trying to get rich yourself. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. But the reality is that when it comes to building businesses, guys, the actual money that you make is in direct proportion to the amount of value that you generate to a certain part of the marketplace or to a certain segment of the marketplace. And guess what, guys? This happens time and time again with my beginner customers. You guys focus way too much on just how you can get rich fast. And the reality is that if you're looking at that approach, you're already screwed. And assuming that you're not looking at that way, chances are that you're not really that skilled. Otherwise, you will be making more money or money at all. So guess what, guys? You need to understand the game that you're playing so that you can move faster on that lane. Okay, guys? So let me just talk about the 2 main ways in which people typically go around getting customers, so that I can show you then what's the easiest path that you can follow and follow right now. I will later on talk about the exact strategy that you're going to use to get someone from cold lead all the way to client. But the reality, guys, is that I need you to understand the game that you're playing right now, okay? And what this means is the following. When you're starting a business, the reality is that right now, getting that first client is the hardest client that you'll ever get to sign in your life, no matter what you do, okay? And the reason why is pretty straightforward. It's because nobody trusts us in your solution, because you have never helped anybody with fixing any problem with your solution, not even yourself. As a matter of fact, chances are that most of the work that needs to be done for you to go from 0 to 1 is your personal beliefs on what you think to be possible, what you deem to be true, how screwed up your personal life is, so that you actually can put in the hours to get that first customer. Because once you get that first customer, trust me, guys, what ends up happening is that if this first customer took you 100 units of energy for you to get, I don't want to talk about 100 pieces of outreach or 100 pieces of content. It literally just means the amount of energy in all ways, shape, or form that you can possibly use to get customers for you to get that one client, okay? What is going to happen from here, guys, is the following. If this first client took you 100 units of energy for you to get, all I need you to understand is that this is the hardest time that you will ever have signing a client, specifically because you literally just don't have proof of concept. You yourself probably don't even trust in yourself that much, so you're even going to check yourself a little bit while you're pitching your offer, and that's normal. That's part of the game, guys. This is where everybody starts, and it's important that you basically move through this the fastest way possible. I will show you what that is in a second, but the second one is going to take you 75 units of energy. The third one is going to cost you 50 units of energy. The fourth one It's going to cost you 25 units of energy. But here's where something magic happens. And by the way, I don't think of this as the first four clients being this exact representation. It could be that it's going to take you just 3, it's going to take you 4, it's going to take you 5. The tipping point that you see here is literally decided exclusively by the case studies or the case study that you're going to get from the clients that you get. And the reason why this is so important, guys, is because the moment that you start having case studies, the moment that your system has proof of concept, and the moment that you start to understand that what you're doing for someone actually does work, and it's not just a theory that you're building on your YouTube videos, from here, not only will it be just easier to get clients, but you're going to start to face what we call compounding growth. Because this single case study that you're going to post on YouTube, of course, you're going to notice that, number one, you can leverage that in your outreach, in your ads, in your content. And guess what, guys? That YouTube video by itself somehow is going to make some people go and watch your YouTube channel on top of this. So you're going to experience compounding growth at that stage. Meaning that it's not only going to be easier, you're literally going to start getting inbound leads that are going to start wanting to do business with you. And the opposite is going to be true. Like as time goes by, then the easier it's going to be for you to get clients. Of course, as you start putting more and more case studies, and as well as you start to develop unique insights that you can share with the marketplace, okay? And once you're in green, the market itself will reward you for the value that you've been putting out in the marketplace, which is reflected in case studies and happy clients. This is literally what the business unit is all about, and this is what I like to call the one-to-many business-to-market macro conversion, okay? And I know so far this is not like super actionable, and it's not like a specific strategy that you can follow to get your next client. That's what I'm going to talk about now. But I really need you guys to understand this first part, because this is literally the fundamentals on how you can make any business whatsoever work and get your first client, okay? I just need you to understand the game that you're playing. Right now, you're playing in the hardest mode that you will ever play. So I just don't want you to give up, and I want to use this as words of encouragement for you to keep pushing, okay? That's the first part, guys. The second part, and this is something that since Nick Cosmin started to create content a couple of years ago, everybody talks about, but honestly, it's pretty accurate, and I just want to share this with you. And it's the one-to-one micro conversion window that happens for you to convert a cold lead to a client, okay? And I want you to see this as an uphill battle that you're going to be having as a monkey. The reality is that if you want to convert this cold lead into a happy client that is giving you money, you cannot just expect to send a cold email and all of a sudden you're going to have a client. The reality is that there are certain milestones and steps that you need to take for this process to happen. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. You need to go from step to step, okay? The initial touch point can be an ad, it could be an outbound DM, it could be a piece of content, but it doesn't matter. I just want you to understand fundamentally what the process looks like so that you can then add more branches of the tree so that the monkey can actually climb the tree and then achieve the goal of getting your prospect to become a client, okay? What you need, first of all, for you to get a customer is not have a customer, but actually get a reply, okay? Then once you get a reply, what you're going to need is call booked, okay? And then let's say, just for the sake of the argument, the third thing that you're going to need is a proposal, okay? So guys, the problem is that most of you are trying to grab this cold lead or this monkey here and immediately convert them into a client. And what you gotta do, guys, is use the different tools that you have in your arsenal for you to start moving this piece by piece, little by little. Some pieces of the equation, guess what, are going to be more powerful than others. For example, you had amazing client results. Chances are that getting a reply is going to be easy. And you really don't need content or BSLs or short-form content or whatever it might be for you to get this part done. But still, that's because client results are the most powerful tool in your arsenal whenever it comes to growing a business. Of course, the actual cash max, as I like to say, is referrals. So if you had, for example, a cold prospect that doesn't know you, and somebody that this prospect trusts a lot tells you that you are the best solution out there in the planet, what is going to happen is that all of a sudden you don't even need a call or a proposal, the client's going to pay, okay? But again, I just need you to understand that for you to get a client, you need to follow a certain set of steps. First of all, you need to run ads or do outbound or publish some content so that people can eventually show interest and reply to whatever it is that you do. Then we're going to have a little bit of conversations. Then you're going to follow up, maybe follow up again so that you can eventually get a call. Then through the BSLs you put out, that the fact of the matter is that they are going to come pre-sold to the call, so they're going to offer a proposal. You send them a proposal, then they're going to become a client, okay? Now, I don't want to talk about our entire sales process. As a matter of fact, if you have the time, I would really recommend you guys go and watch this video that I made 2 months ago that is titled the only SMMA sales process that you'll ever need, because it really walks you through the entire sales process, how we get the maximum amount of replies we can, etc., etc. So yeah, I just need you to guys understand that if you guys are not getting clients right now, chances are that you are just raw dogging cold outreach without showing any sort of social proof or any sort of competence in whatever it is that you're selling. Because if you were, you would at least start to have replies. So the first thing, and before I show you the actual strategy you need to follow, is make sure that you have some micro VSL, some points, some YouTube videos, a landing page where you actually do a demo on what is it that you're going to do for your niche, create some content, and if you're selling whatever it is that you're doing, chances are that you're going to get the better results if you're actually selling what you're actually doing. So for example, if you're selling cold email as a service, you know what is the best thing you could do, guys, is to get your clients using cold email, because that way you can at least demonstrate competence on that what you're doing actually does work. So make sure that you actually have everything set up correctly so that the strategy that I'm about to show you actually works out. I'm about to show you the strategy, but before I do that, make sure to go and like this video if you're finding any sort of value whatsoever. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts so far, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're into this sort of stuff. There are a couple of things that you can do to get your first SMMA coaching or consulting client in the next 5 days. And I'm not going to say that this is what you're going to like, but this is what is going to work, okay? If you don't have clients or nothing to back up your claims, do free work. Everybody hates to do free work, and that's the exact reason why you need to do free work. I mean, remember, you're facing this battle here. If you don't have any sort of social proof or anything to back up your claims, guess what's going to be the easiest thing you can do, guys? You want me to tell you? The easiest thing you can do is skip this crap here, do free work for someone so that immediately you can play at this level in here. And yeah, you might not make money right now, but why do you even want to make money right now? What you need to get right now is a skill set, proof of concept, and make sure that your business even makes sense to build. The worst thing that could happen right now is that you raw dog outreach, trying to get a paying customer for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, or whatever fucking time it takes for you to then later on realize that, number one, at the end of the day, nobody even wanted your offer. You weren't able to even deliver results. So even if you did get a client, you're going to need to give them a refund. Or worst case scenario, they're going to do something to you because of how dirty your work was for whatever reason. And yeah, I know you might know about Iman Gadzhi, of course. You might know about Jordan Platten. You might know about Montes Gordon or these gurus that tell you to leverage your media buyers' case studies. But I'll be honest, the people who rely just in the case studies of their media buyers or their BAs to leverage their own business growth, those are the people that 1 year from now, nobody's going to know about. When in the existence of mankind, the business owner of precisely a business doesn't know how to actually do the thing that they are selling. If you don't know how to deliver the result, guess what, guys? You're going to be the one taking your sales calls, of course, and tell me, are you going to be able to answer any question that these people might have? Of course not. Prospects can't smell when you know what you're talking about or where you're not, okay? And if there's a single reason why it's so simple for us to get clients, is no, of course, number one, because of our results. But number two, because me and my team, we know from A to Z everything that you guys need to take for you to go not only from 0 to 10K, but from 0 to 50K per month, okay? So that's where the magic is at. If you don't have clients and nothing to back up your claims, do free work, skip the guesswork, don't try to overthink it, just deliver an amazing case study, because then that case study is going to be literally the centerpiece of your marketing. So don't skip this part, guys. This is the fastest thing you can do. All you gotta do is start reaching out to 100 people per day, and I promise you that it's going to take you less than 5 days, if I can be fully transparent, but you simply send 100 DMs per day to people in your niche, and listen, this is what you want to tell. What you want to tell them is, hey, Mr. Prospect, I am starting to run an XXX type of agency or coaching business, and I want to help people just like you. Listen, I don't have anything to sell to you right now because I'm just getting started. I just want you to accept my free work, and once you get results, only if you get results, I want just to build a case study for you. You need to make it clear from the moment one that the sole reason why you're doing business with this person is because you want a case study. That's it, guys. Because if you do that, they are going to reply, they are going to really come encouraged to your service, and then once you have a case study, everything is going to be easier, guys. Trust me. Right now, if you feel frustrated because you're playing this game here, and you want to get to playing this game here, and there's stages to everything, and that's why people never succeed, because they never know what game they're at, okay? Before you guys say, hey, this is so fucked up, like I don't want to do free work, again, that's exactly why you need to do it, number one. And number two, if you think about it, guys, the truth is that if you don't have proof of concept and you cannot actually back up that you are able to do the thing that you're selling someone for, can you even imagine, actually, would you pay yourself to do the thing that you're pitching? Of course not. you should actually pay your first client to become your first client so that you can start to test your claims, start to test your process, because that person right now is going to be literally the most important client that you ever get to have. Strategy number one, if you don't have clients or nothing to back up your claims, just skip this game altogether. That might take you all the way up to 1 year so that you can start playing here right off the bat, okay? Second part is, if you do have client results or case studies or something to back up your claims, then ask your clients for case studies or for testimonials. It's incredible the amount of clients that I have who tell me that they are delivering great results to their clients, but they never show. So how is somebody else going to know that they are capable of doing what they say that they are capable of doing? There's no other way to go around it. So ask for case studies and for testimonials. And then guess what, guys? Once that happens, make sure that your client results are at the forefront of your marketing. And this for me was the highest, most leveraged insight that I ever did from my marketing. As a matter of fact, if you go to my Facebook group or to my Instagram account or to my Twitter, to whatever it is that you want, the single thing that has made me the most money from everything that I've done is what I call my social proof form. It's a single Google Doc where I literally have case study number 1, Ernie Johnson. Case study number 2, Nish Kershagariwal. Case study number 3, Danes. Case study number 4, Mark Hoyne. Case study number 5, Natasha Golinsky. Case study number 6, Stefanos Sesmeski. Case study number 7, Lucas. Basically, I can continue on and on and on and on and on. And that's exactly the point. That if somebody, even if they hate me for my accent or even they hate me for not whatever it might be, but they cannot say that I don't make my clients more money. And that's honestly the biggest flex that I can ever have. So make sure that you do something like this once you actually have case studies, because trust me, there's nothing more fun than starting to play at this stage here. But in order to get to this stage here, you need to go through this stage here. Okay, guys? So as always, before we end this video, I'd like to recommend you guys to a song. And for today's song, I want to recommend Rockstar 2.0. Tuki is my favorite Argentinian rapper or trapper or whatever you want to call him. And he actually published this entire album 3 days ago or something. From the first song to the last one is an absolute banger. It's called Antes de Ameri. If any of you guys like trap, this is an album that you need to listen to, okay? It's actually really close to American or USA's trap and rap. So if you like that type sort of music, go ahead and listen to that one. It was a pleasure to walk you through this strategy. I know that it might not be what you guys wanted to hear, but it's what you needed to hear. And I prefer to just tell the cold hard truth and actually help you out instead of just lying to you and then selling you a course that is not going to sell you anything. As a matter of fact, talking about things to sell, I do have something to sell. You can go and click the link in the description and go over my sales funnel that is going to give you the next steps in case that you want to not only go from 0 to 10K per month, but actually scale up the way to 50K per month like some of our clients do, okay? So without further ado, go ahead and click the link in the description, join my free Facebook group, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, like the songs that I recommend you, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.